Thank you, Master Zen. An interesting episode for you. What do I have? I have an episode about talking to the dead. Do you believe in it? Well, I think everybody is a little bit skeptical, like me. But we shouldn't let skepticism come in the way of knowledge and information. So come with me and let's explore the many different ways that people talk to the dead. My name is Lee Kim, and yes, I am your host. Today I'm with a gentleman called Raymond Wong, who from very young has had the feeling. So therefore, he is what we call a clairsentient psychic. And he has, from his experience until now, been doing healing using such natural energies. I am here with him to learn, discover, and have experience as well, because you will see an actual session later of what they call dabbling, which is spirit of the saucer. Hi Raymond.
Hi.
Can you tell me a little bit more about these activities that people do called dabbling, and also how is it similar to spirit of the coin?
The spiritual of the dabbling is more stronger than the.
So the energies of dabbling is actually stronger. Why do they do it?
咁有啲人係好奇 but after I try, I believe that it's something control the coin. It's not the human or the people to control the coin.
It's not fabricated. It really.
I still remember the first time I played the spirit of coin. We don't know how many people in the house. And then we ask the coin how many people in the house. The spiritual give us a exact number.
Wow.
Then after that we start calculate how many people in the house, and the answer is right.
Okay. In connection to what you just said, do they normally call people they know, or is quite random?
Yeah, quite random.
So there is no control what energies or what spirits will come. Okay. So is that dangerous?
少少啦，
少啦，即係
少啦。
即係
If you too involved 或者係你沉迷咗就會有啲唔好嘅影響。
嗰個人會
病啦、bad luck 啦，再嚴重啲就可能係會有 accident 啦，有血光之災啦。
會唔會咧 possession 即係鬼上身咁嘅嘢？
有啲人會，有啲人會。咁啊好 depends on 嗰個人本身自己嘅 energy field 夠唔夠 strong。
So from your personal point of view, do you recommend that people do this?
最好冇搞啦。
最好冇搞。
最好冇搞
So
啦。
if you are to get involved in such an activity once in your life, it should be under supervision. And later, under the supervision of Raymond, we will show you an actual activity of spirit of the saucer. But before that, we need to do certain rituals and prayers and make offering of incense and some food and all. It's just a form of respect for the environment and the neighborhood spirits who will probably be participating in the activity. And now we're actually going into a real dabbling session.
This is actually my very first time doing this.
The last time I saw this game was when my friends played it during school days, so I never had a prior experience with this.
But when we were young, we were exposed to playing with coins, but this is like truly the real thing. It is also my first time experiencing it.
Can you explain to us a little bit the 規矩,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 第一個規矩咧，最主要就係你嘅手，無論咩情況之下，唔好攞開。Okay. 第二樣嘢就係唔可以玩太耐。Okay. 咁第三件事你要注意嘅就係，如果佢轉圈咧，唔好俾出去。如果真係攞出去，你就要 force 佢頂住佢噶啦，跟住你要請佢翻去噶啦。
Are there some questions that they shouldn't ask?
Don't ask how you die, when you die.
So, ladies and gentlemen, observe.
Spirit of the saucer, please show us you are here. Spirit of the saucer, please show us you are here. Spirit of the saucer, please show us you are here. how many of you are here with us? The saucer actually moved on its own, and I could feel heat on my back.
If you're not sure, us that you are here.
It's not like what you see on TV that it moves really quick. This one moves very slow.
出氣翻去先啦。
Please go back to home. Please go home. Please go home.
燈太光。
I think we try without this one because this one casts a shadow.
人太多。有邊個係可以唔需要喺呢度嘅？有冇可能機 set 好咗就？
我需要一架机在这里，一个 camera 在这里，其他的可以 set。
Can try.
Alright, we're gonna do this again, and we've changed. We're having Wendy participate, and this time we've also adjusted in a sense that we've reduced the number of people in the room. So half the crew is now not here. So we shall now observe again.
碟仙，請你出嚟。碟仙，請你出嚟。碟仙，請你出嚟。
請問你哋有幾多位？
有9位。
Hello, my name is Wendy and I'm part of the Paranormal Zone team. To be honest, this is my first experience in playing Deep Scene or the Sorcerer Spirits. 請問你哋個關係係朋友或者係親人？ I don't know whether it moved because there was a spirit in it or it moved because someone else was pushing.
It's interesting that we can communicate with spirits in this way.
請問你哋係咪來自日本啊？
Yes. We had 9 spirits at one time, and and they basically have a story behind it. So you have served with the Imperial Army of Emperor Japan. Is that correct? Yes. So there's 9 of you. No, not 9 of you. 8 of you are is an army, and 1 is a victim. We would like to talk to the victim now. Can the 8 of you release the victim? In actual fact, the last part, they did not want to go because they wanted the pain to be released so much. Do you want to be released, all 9 of you? If so, then how do we do this? The thing is that things that you can't see does not mean that it's not there.
And yet I cannot 100% confirm that the spirit did enter the saucer and it gave the answers.
You do need guidance and training to understand that, so that you will feel safe even though you feel things that you can't see.
Do you want prayers to be done for the release of your pain?
Is that a yes? We ask of you to return to the center. We ask of you to return to the center. Thank you.
That was interesting. Don't know how much the audience could have seen, and I think that would be the end of this session. Welcome back to our episode on Talking to the Dead. I have with me Spider Ward from Australia. She was a trained nurse and now she is a psychic teacher. Let me introduce to you Spider Ward.
Hello, my sweet. It's so nice to be here.
Many people do this. Why do they do this?
Curiosity about hocus pocus.
Focus, okay. I was told many times that, oh, it's just a hoax, actually it's a gimmick, they are actually moving it around. Can you please tell me more about that?
No, it's not a hoax. It does happen. I think the problem with it is the fact that it does happen. And so in Australia, children have played at school on rainy days with the Ouija board or the Ouija letters or a glass and letters. And they all know fundamentally what to do. Put your finger on the glass and ask, is there a spirit in the room? Now the problem with this is like giving a 5-year-old an AK-7. They simply do not know what's going to happen. This is the children. The adults who play invariably want to contact someone who has died. It's always of the heart and a need. The need is always the same, which is to, are you happy? Are you safe? Are you in a better place? Do people move the glass? Is a party game. If it doesn't move, is not much fun. It's when the glass flies off the table. It's when someone in the room, not necessarily with their finger on the glass, who doesn't know anybody running the circle, is the person who the message is for. And so you must carefully understand that whether it's a pendulum, whether it's a Ouija board, whether it is a magic book that you found like the charmed ones from the television series, these spells evoke something. And the more ancient the spell is, the more likely you are going to wake up that sleeping dragon, that Freddy Krueger, that spirit who is going to wreak havoc. You haven't closed the circle when you finish, you didn't protect the circle when it was opened, so you have just opened fire. And so realistically, at the risk of doing myself out of a job, I get to clean up the mess of, oh, we didn't know that could happen. And so that makes what I do viable, but it also makes my job more important to teach responsibility.
So on that note, this is the perfect time to actually get our friends together and actually go check out a Ouija board. We are now all here for the best part of this session. We're actually going to witness an actual game of Ouija board. There are many types of Ouija board, and the one that we're going to play with today is the psychic circle. And who I have with me are the ones from previous. They just love it, don't you? Okay, this is not just something you play. This is something you need to take responsibility for. What are some of the rules and do's and don'ts of any Ouija board game?
First of all, you need to have some questions. You need to know almost what you want to know or who you'd like to talk to. Once we all have our fingers on this disc, we open a door. We will protect the circle before we start, and we will ask to be watched over for our greatest good. The most important thing about this circle and the Ouija board is if you dabble in something you don't understand and you get frightened, or you think this is wrong, it shouldn't be happening, at this point you must stop. That is the rule, you must stop. Usually if you get one or more soul coming through, when they have finished, they automatically go to goodbye. Something negative, something from a lower energy won't say goodbye. They will be all over the place like that. If I think it's getting out of hand, I will stop it. That seems like a plan.
Okay.
Fingers to the ready, and we begin. Is there a spirit in the room? Is there a spirit in the room? Is there a spirit in the room?
Well, in terms of comparison between the deep scene and the Ouija board, I would say that's quite similar in terms of the energy, but the Ouija board somehow is a bit lighter in terms of the sensation, and you can actually lift off your hand. And I was just gently tapping onto it, and it's just moved by itself.
Put your finger up. Just put your finger up. Where mine is. I can't. Just put your finger up now.
Can you see Duku? Is that your name? Could you spell it again correctly?
Are you pushing it? No.
Sorry.
V.
V.
Do you V?
Do you see D-U-C-U-V. Recall. D-U-C-U-V.
We were lifting off our fingers here, off and on. The disc still moved. It was something very interesting.
Okay, the last 3 rounds were a little bit more general and not very specific. And so, like what Spider had said earlier, we kind of need to know who we want to call and what we want to ask.
We know these people have passed and we'd like to spend some time with them. So it can be light-hearted. We're going to call in a lady called Ivy, who is a mother. We can talk in a more familiar way. So usually you open the door with, is there a spirit in the room? This time I want to know where Ivy is, and I'm letting you know right now that's who I want to talk to, and that she is my friend Wendy's mother. So let's give it a go. We seek the departed, we seek the lovely Ivy, mother of Wendy. Are you there, Ivy? Bingo. Thank you for coming. Your energy is strong. Your daughter is close by. Do you want me to tell her anything? Thank you. Ivy, what do you want Wendy to know?
W.
W. C. Take. Wait. Okay. So take, wait, other, wait.
Starts with WC.
WC. Let's hope this means something to Wendy. Near. Maybe. Stop. Is this yes? What's under here? What's under here? Jupiter. Jupiter. Stop. Take.
West. Is it west?
West. Ivy, love. Is this how you used to talk to Wendy? Open. Give. Goodbye. Thanks, Ivy. Okay. Done deal. Bingo.
It's very obvious that when it's very specific and guided and facilitated with someone experienced like Spider, you can get very clear answers, and you can also see the energy and the movement was very precise and very strong. So on that note, I'm going to call it a close on this Ouija board session. Talking to the dead. I think that this episode and what we have found out may have raised more questions than given us answers. Well, it did for me. Did those 9 Japanese soldiers really come and answer questions accurately? And did you wonder whether those others that came around, why did they not answer questions? So it makes me think, you actually really don't have a control over the situation. So like Spider Watt said, you gotta be matured enough, responsible enough to participate in these kind of activities, or shall we call them games. They're not really for fun, you know. So, the next time you're thinking to check on a loved one who has passed away and see how they're doing, think again. Are you ready? Are you matured enough? Are you responsible to dabble in an environment that perhaps may run out of control? like I always say, what you see may not be real, and what is real